Hi, my name is Abby, and I'm the BadAss Breastfeeder, and I'm going to talk to you today about paced bottle feeding. Paced bottle feeding is not simply a method of bottle feeding, it is the way to bottle feed. We often don't get any information about how to bottle feed, and we go by what we see on TV, which is baby laying on their back and a bottle like this in their mouth. The thing to know about babies is that the suckle movement is a reflex. So they have no control over it. So when we put a bottle in their mouth like this, their only choice is to suckle and to swallow. You put anything in a baby's mouth and they'll suck on it. You put your finger in there and you can see what happens. When you put the bottle in their mouth, they have no choice. They're going to suck, and when they suck milk in their mouth, they have no choice but to swallow it. And so we get down to the bottom of a bottle and we go, oh my gosh, my baby drank that whole bottle. They must be hungry for another. And then we give them another. And then the baby's spitting up and cranky because they're over full, and we're blowing through your stash, which we don't want. And then you think, I can't keep up with my baby, and it's this cycle that never ends. Well, it's going to end today when we talk about paced bottle feeding. And this goes for parents and you caregivers out there too. You can practice this. So the first thing we're going to do is get the baby off their back. We're going to sit, even a very, very young baby can be sitting. I have this baby on a pillow. You can put your baby on a pillow or on your lap. And we're going to take them from the recline position and we're going to put them straight up, maybe at an angle, so that you can support their head. And then we are going to give them the bottle in a different way than what we're normally seeing. And this is called paced bottle feeding. So we're going to start by taking the bottle and kind of caressing their nose or their mouth with it. This is going to, just like you can do the exact same thing with your nipple, which is going to help them tip their head up a little and open really wide. And that's going to help them get a really deep latch. So you do this with the bottle too. And they're going to reach up and latch onto that bottle. And now we are going to hold this bottle. Instead of holding this bottle like this, we are going to hold it horizontal. And we're going to have milk just filling the nipple of this bottle. Now this baby has to work for this milk to come out just like they do with breastfeeding. They're going to work really hard. And when they're sucking that hard, they're going to be engaging all those facial muscles in that beautiful way. And this is going to mimic breastfeeding in the best way that we can. It's going to help them go between breast and bottle a little easier. And again, it's going to work those facial muscles, which we really want. And it's going to help them eat more slowly, which is going to help with stomach aches, gassiness. It's going to help you have time to look for signs of fullness and to stop at that time, which will then have them just drinking as much as they need, and you won't be blowing through your stash anymore, and everyone will be happy. So we're going to hold this bottle horizontal, and you can see here that the milk is just filling the nipple. And so baby's going to start to suckle and work for that milk. Now, one of the things you can also test with your finger is when you put your finger in a baby's mouth, pull it out just a little bit. Do a little bit of tug of war with your finger and feel what happens with the suckle reflex. It gets stronger. So you can do the same thing with the bottle. You can pull on the bottle. Don't pull it out of their mouth, but just pull on the bottle a tiny bit to feel that resistance. You know, they're sucking even harder to keep it in their mouth. And again, that's going to engage those facial muscles facial and jaw and all those muscles in a wonderful way. While you're doing this, you're going to want to get comfortable. You're going to be here for about 15 or 20 minutes. So the chair that I'm in does not have arms. You might want to get a chair that has arms on it, and fill it with pillows so you can prop your arms up, or if you're on the couch, put your arms on something so that you can be nice and comfortable. We want your shoulders to be relaxed. We want you to be relaxed. The more relaxed you are, baby's going to feel relaxed. So now baby's been suckling on this for a couple of minutes. And now here's what we're gonna do. We're not going to take the bottle out of their mouth, but we are going to tip the bottle so that the milk leaves the nipple. And they are gonna continue to suckle on that for about a minute or two. Now, this is where people get concerned about baby swallowing air, swallowing air. And this is a myth. There is no harm in swallowing air. We all swallow air. It comes out. It's very normal for us to swallow air throughout our feeding and drinking process. It's not harmful. The bottle's marketed for the no air, all that's just all marketing. You don't need a special bottle. You don't need anything special. You will want a slow flow nipple and one that feels comfortable in your hand. And that's all. So let them suckle on that. Do not worry about the air. That is not a concern. Now, this is just helping them to pace the feeding a little. And after they've done that for a minute or so, you're going to fill the nipple up again and let them eat that way. And then they're going to be drinking milk, suckling for a minute or two. And then you're going to do this, every couple of minutes, back and forth. Now, here's what you're going to do. You're going to be looking for signs of fullness. Now, the signs of fullness are after 15 or so minutes, you're gonna look for things like the baby is suckling a little less, strongly. They're going to start to slow down. It's going to be a little weaker. When you do the tug of war, they're going to maybe just let it come out. You're going to look for, if they have their hands fisted, you might see them softening a little. You might feel them getting a little heavier in your hands. So look for that. When you see that, you can stop. Even if there's milk left in the bottle when you're done, that's okay. They're full. And this is what we want. We want the baby to decide when they're full, not how much you put in the bottle. Now, speaking of how much you put in the bottle, your baby is never, ever going to eat more than 4 ounces of milk. And that's on the very high end for normal feeding. I would say start with a bottle with 2 ounces of milk in it like this. And if you are done after 15 or 20 minutes and you've stopped, and you just feel like that baby is still hungry, your baby is still hungry, do it again. Start again. Let them have a little more. And again, just look for those signs of fullness. And that is paced bottle feeding. If you have any questions, you can leave them under this video or reach out and we can help you. But paced bottle feeding is the way to go for bottle feeding. And thanks for watching. Bye.